Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to Oktoberfest in Munich, the complete guide. And this is going to be my first German reaction since embarking on my trip to Germany, spending 2 weeks in Germany, 3 days in Munich. I went to the Augustiner Keller beer garden, but while I was in Munich, I realized I was really missing out on an important event, Oktoberfest. So I actually don't know much about Oktoberfest at all, aside from its Bavarian origins, specifically Munich. And a lot of the stuff I heard was hearsay. So I was in Munich for 3 days in the middle of the summer, and Oktoberfest kept on being brought up in conversations and tours. And it just, for some reason, it seemed to be there, but it's not even October, really too close to it yet. So I was like, yeah, this is a huge event. I definitely want to go to be part of Oktoberfest at some point. It's just not possible for me right now because I'm at university. But I figured this would be a good introduction to Oktoberfest, a complete guide. So let's get right into it. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Ayo and welcome back to Ayo World. Today we'll be taking a closer look at the famous Bavarian festival known as the Oktoberfest. The Oktoberfest is the biggest Volksfest, meaning beer festival and travelling fun fair, worldwide. It has been held annually in Munich, Germany since 1810, with exceptions only due to wars or pandemics. The now worldly famous festival was originally not a festival at all, but the wedding of Crown Prince Ludwig of Bavaria and Princess Therese. This was hosted for many days with various events throughout the city.
How does Neuschwanstein Castle keep getting brought into this stuff? King Ludwig, of course. That is so crazy.
And Princess Therese. This was hosted for many days with various events throughout the city, the main event being the horse race on the 17th of October 1810 that partially took place on the area now known as the Theresienwiese in Munich. The locals also call the Oktoberfest the Wiesen, which is short for Theresienwiese. The Oktoberfest takes place every year for 2 to 3 weeks, mid-September until the first Sunday in October, always including the 3rd of October and 3 weekends. So many people from all over the world go to Munich purely with the intention of visiting the Oktoberfest. So the city is hustling and bustling with tourists and locals alike during what the people of Munich call the fifth season of the year. The weekends tend to be busier than during the week, especially the second weekend, which is known to the locals as Italian weekend, as this seems to be when the most Italian visitors go. The 2nd and 3rd of October are also very popular dates, as the 3rd of October is the national bank holiday in Germany. The fairground is always full of hundreds and thousands of people, no matter when you go. The grounds open at 10 a.m. during the week and at 9 a.m. at the weekend. The earlier you get there, the better your chances are at getting a table or at least a place at one. Often, especially on the first day, there are even people waiting outside the closed gates before the grounds open so that they can run in and reserve a table in their favourite tent. This magnificent beer festival is located on the Theresienwiese in the city of Munich. The public transportation system in Munich is quite well located around the festival, so there are many ways to get there. The Theresienwiese is easily accessible by the same named U-Bahn station and is only a short walk from the Hackerbrücke S-Bahn station. Taxis in Munich during the Oktoberfest double or almost triple their usual rates, so they're definitely not the cheapest way to get around. But depending on what state you're in when you leave, this may be worth the extra cash. The modern Oktoberfest basically has two...
I mean, guys, I had one beer at that beer garden, and I was like, oh my god. I mean, they're so big. So yeah, you might need a taxi coming out of Oktoberfest. Oh my god.
This may be worth the extra cash. The modern Oktoberfest basically has 2 walkways. One mainly for the beer tents, and one mainly for rides and other attractions. Some of the famous rides and attractions include roller coasters such as the Olympia with 5 loopings, the Skyfall, or the Wilde Maus. Additionally, there are fairground games spread across the entire festival, giving you the chance to win a now traditional plastic rose or more for yourself or a loved one. The shooting games in particular definitely give you that traditional Oktoberfest feeling. A highlight for most Wiesn visitors is the time spent in the tents. The beer tents are huge temporary structures that can hold thousands of people.
That's awesome.
To most, it seems impossible that these tents aren't permanent. They are so well structured, and the facilities are very well kept. Each tent is assigned to a certain brewery and serves only certain types of beer or other drinks. The tents also each have their own unique atmosphere and are known for different things. The Augustiner tent, for example, is more traditional and a bit more old-fashioned, whereas the Hofbräu tent almost turns into an 80s party at points and houses a lot of the English-speaking visitors. Whichever tent you choose, you're pretty much guaranteed people dancing on the beer benches, drinking and singing along to the live music, having a great time. There are a few things that are good to know about the drinking at the Oktoberfest.
Why are they playing that song? What? Take me home. No way. Why is that a popular song, bro? Come on.
There are a few things that are good to know about the drinking at the Oktoberfest. First of all, the festival is primarily a beer festival, so most places will mainly offer varieties of beer from the local breweries. German and especially Bavarian beer is already stronger than
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to pause it this much, but look at this, bro.
German.
I've never seen someone hold that many mugs. That's 10 mugs in 2 hands? What? Now, this is some type of witchcraft.
Especially Bavarian beer is already stronger than most other beers. But the Oktoberfest beer is usually even a bit stronger, as the beer for the festival is specially brewed. This just means you need to be careful and more aware of how much you drink and how fast, because you may be used to weaker beer from home and overestimate yourself. Security in the tents and on the grounds are always around to help out if someone is a bit too intoxicated or behaving badly, so there is no need to worry about that. Booking a table at the Oktoberfest is definitely not an easy task. Most tables are booked almost a year in advance and are reserved for companies and standing customers. If you would like to try and book a table, we recommend doing so in January or February or even earlier. In Bavaria, however, it is perfectly normal to share your table with strangers. Beer benches and tables are very long, and if you are not too many people, you can often easily find a place at the end of a table. If you ask nicely and are polite, people will be more than happy to share their space with you. The traditional attire for the Oktoberfest is the Tracht. Tracht is the Bavarian traditional clothing for festivities. Men wear a lederhosen and women wear a dirndl. Locals are expected to wear this during their visit to the Wiesn, but tourists by no means have to. Tracht is quite expensive, so if you only plan on going once, it's not really worth buying some. You can perhaps borrow some off friends or rent some, but anything you buy under €70 is more a costume rather than traditional clothing. If you know you'll be visiting Munich for the Oktoberfest, book flights and accommodation as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the more the prices go up and hotels fill up extremely quickly. When visiting the Oktoberfest, you're best to set yourself a budget, and you definitely need to take cash. A lot of places in Germany and at the festival will generally not accept credit cards or debit cards. A litre of beer, or a Mass, costs about €11, and rides can cost between €5 to €15, depending on what you fancy. A good way to budget yourself is to decide on a certain amount before going, and then just take that amount in cash and spend that freely. You don't want to be thinking about money the whole time while you're at the festival, distracting yourself from the unique experience. Another important money tip is that you need to tip the waitstaff. The better you tip, the better the service. Our AO recommendation is to tip very well on your first round, because then the waitstaff make sure to take extra good care of you. And then tip €1 or €2 per drink for the following rounds. Something to certainly consider is having a local contact number and the address of where you're staying on a small card to keep with you so that you can always find your way back after your tent and fairground visit. Keep in mind that this is the world's largest beer festival, which means a lot of people may be drinking and behaving inappropriately. Simply stay aware of what's going on around you and be prepared for bustling crowds. All in all, the Oktoberfest is an amazing experience and it has a fantastic atmosphere. Being in Munich for the Wiesn is something unique, and there is something for everyone at this huge festival, from the drinks to the rides to the fairground games. We recommend planning ahead and enjoying the festival with a smile and a light-hearted attitude. Thank you for joining us on this visit to the Oktoberfest. We hope you found the important information you need and have a fantastic time when you make it there. For more information...
that was a really good video, honestly. I feel like I have a guide to actually go now, so now I really have to go. It looks amazing, though. I love the tents with all the long tables. It definitely seems to be a bit commercialized, though, but that's anything nowadays, especially with all these rides and stuff. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Oktoberfest, because I can't really speak on it if I haven't seen it progress. Those of you who have been going to Oktoberfest annually, let me know, do you think it's been changing for the better or the worst, or has it not changed at all? Has it always been like that? I don't know. It looks really fun, though, so I definitely want to be a part of that at some point. So anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.